Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And there's this constant issue that's going on here in America. First off, I would like to point out that America is predominantly Caucasoid ruler of Caucasoid authority. Caucasians, they run this country. They also run Europe, but I'm going to stick with America for right now. Yeah, that's the first thing I want to point out. I want to point out that most of the people that are controlling the American system are predominantly Caucasoid people. That's the first thing I want to point out. Secondly, with that being said, that is the reason why the system itself works in a way where it benefits them and not everybody else. Definitely blacks. Definitely not blacks. But they have the power to manipulate history, to try and manipulate history. They have the power to pass bullshit laws. They have the power to print money for themselves. They have that kind of power. They went and, exalted themselves above God, pretty much. They are so proud and arrogant to where they exalted themselves above the Most High God themselves. Anytime they say that America is a God-fearing country, whenever they say God, what they really mean is Satan, because everything they do is against God. There's no righteous blood in them. Are you kidding me? Name me one good thing that they have done throughout the earth. Just one. Just one. Just one. Just name me one good thing that they have done throughout the earth. Just one. I can't even think of it. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to think of what one good thing they have done in human history. I'm not even going to hold my breath for it. They have done nothing good throughout the earth. They have done nothing but destroy, lie, cheat, steal. That's all they've done. And they have the nerve to come out proud and arrogant, acting like they're the police, like they're above everybody, acting like they get to patrol and interrogate people like they're the law, like they stand for righteousness. They're the high holy ground type of people. These motherfuckers are the same people that came from the caves, and now that they came out of the caves, now they want to act like they're somebody. Like they want to act like they better than everybody. Are you kidding me? The only reason why you got to where you are now is because different races of people have taught you on how to do a lot of things. Y'all didn't know anything when y'all were in those caves. The Moors were the ones that taught the Caucasian race on how to be civilized. Y'all were the ones that walked on all fours. Like y'all are damn animals. The Moors were the ones that taught y'all how to be civilized. After y'all had came into rulership and everything, y'all started making trade with different races. Y'all went and took goods from Asia, the gunpowder. The Chinese, they were known to invent the very first gun. Caucasians, they didn't invent no gun. The Asians did, the Chinese. And then, these devils, they went and made trade with Africa and took all the resources from them. That's how they came out rich now in Europe, living good off of their resources too. Shit, before all that, there's a man named Mansa Musa who was known as the richest man on earth or in history. He was the one that made use of the African resources to his own benefit. Shoot, the dude, he was so rich, he built an empire the size of several countries. I mean, that's how big, that's how rich he was. But anyway, back to the things that's going on in America. The things that's going on in America is that we have constant racism. Well, no shit. I mean, if you integrate with your enemy, what do you expect? Integration was never a good idea. So when you integrate with your enemy, don't be surprised when they start, revealing their true colors. Don't be surprised when they drop the N-bomb. You dummies out there think that integration was a good idea. It never was a good idea. Haven't you learned from Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King, he was a damn coon that only his main reason of why he wanted to join his people with the white people is because he's trying to clap them white cheeks. He's trying to get himself a white woman. Yeah, that's right. Martin Luther King, he had once fell in love with a white woman. He loved that white woman. That was his main motive of integration, so that he can get himself a white woman. He ain't no saint. He try to get our people to join with them, talking about peace, harmony of all race, and blah blah blah. But then look what happened. He tried to speak for peace and you know and all that, but look what happened. He still got killed. Malcolm X, he got killed for trying to, speak that peace stuff. There's this internet phenomenon known as Karen, where we got these cave bitches, these old cave bitches, acting a damn fool, calling the police on people over dumb shit. You know, uh, Pretty much trying to, instigate the or escalate the situation, trying to make it more than what it is. I mean, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't even pay them any attention. I would have just went about my business. I wouldn't even. You gonna call the police? Okay, well, whatever. I would have just kept going about my business. What else are they gonna do? Them bitches ain't shit. All they gonna do is just cry to the police. Ah, it's a black man. He's about to attack me. I mean, I ain't worried about that shit. I got more important things to take care of. You ain't scaring nobody, bitch. Karen. I don't even call them Karen. I call them like Becky or something like, or I just call them a cave bitch. That's all they are. They the same ones that bend over in front of dogs. You know, why would I be scared of something like that? Why would I be scared of bitches like that that bend over, like cave beasts like that bend over in front of dogs? I be seeing that shit all over YouTube. They be having YouTube videos of that shit. That's why I don't fuck with white women. They are definitely not my type. You kidding me? I don't know why a lot of black men get with these cave beasts. They're not even that good. They don't seem good to me at all. That nasty ass pasty skin. Come on now. When they get, as soon as they hit 30, they look like they're melting. You know, look like damn raisins. You kidding me? But anyway, you know these devils, man. They be in uniform and with badges and shit, trying to pretend like they're the police, but really they're nothing but thugs, gangsters in suits. You know, using their legal power and authority to try and use excessive force on black people, harass people for no reason, just to get their quota up. You know, just to get their check. That's what it's about. They ain't about protecting and serving. Shit, I don't even need no goddamn police to protect me. I mean, shit, all I need is a gun, and I'm good. Anybody want to act a damn fool, they get smoked. What do I need a police for? Shit. All you gotta do is eat right, exercise, get strong, buy you a firearm or any weapon. Shit, I got a machete. I mean, so you can protect yourself, so you can be in good shape to be able to engage in combat whenever, you know, if there's anything popping off, you know. But these Caucasoids, they're not, without their guns and everything, they're not a threat at all. They only act the way they do because they have all this power. It's even in the scriptures, you know. Isaac, he gave his son Esau the blessing. He gave him the fatness of the earth. In other words, Isaac blessed Esau the the riches of the world. And look what happened. Look at where they're at now. The so-called white man, he's in rulership. If you go into Job 9 and 24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he? So basically it's saying if the white man ain't the wicked, then who is? Who are the wicked of the earth? Who are the people that's taking people's land, taking people's identity, taking people's culture, taking people's resources? Who's doing all these things? It ain't black folks. Black folks, they already had their culture. They were the Israelites that the Bible speak of. That's right. And we were mistaken as Africans because Africans, they're Hamitic people. They are a different breed of dark races. Even scholars know that there's a difference between black people and Africans. Black people are Shemitic people, Asiatic, Oriental Negroid people of the Middle East. Africans, they're Hamitic people who reside within the continent of mainly Africa. And us black people, we ruled over the Africans. We took over. We ruled over various parts of the continent. There's a book called "From Babylon to Timbuktu." It goes in about how us black people, or Israelites, we were once we were more highly advanced than the African tribes. We were more advanced than Africans. We had black people who were carpenters, uh, marketers. What else? Blacksmiths, architects. Man, this is just so much more. Doctors. I mean, we were educated. We were very skillful people. That's been recorded in the books, historical books. I even got the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. I got that book. I haven't read it in a while, but that information is in there. That's how we engage in the Phoenician culture. We helped build the ships. We had built pottery. We had made pottery. Many designs, and we built many architects. Clothing. We wore flashy clothes back then. Come on now. But now look at us. We had our culture taken from us by these devils, and now they think that they're above everybody. You know? That's why America needs to be destroyed so that they can lose their power. It's just it. They just need to. It just need to happen that way. Because if they continue to rule, then they will continue to destroy everything on Earth. They are already destroying the natural order of things. They're trying to push that homosexual agenda, that LGBT garbage. I mean, that's high level wicked perversion right there. Shit, these devils, they uh pushing laws that they brainwash people into celebrating paganism and all that. Paganism such as Christmas and 4th of July, uh St. Patrick Day and all that shit. But a lot of people, they don't know the origin of each of those histories. I mean, of each of those holidays. I mean, St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick, he was a Moor. He was a black man. St. Patrick, he was a Moor. Y'all didn't know that either. And Santa Claus. You know how they say Saint Nick. Saint Nick, he was a black man. He was a Moor. Santa Claus don't even exist. But Saint Nick, he was a real man. He was a Moor. Thanksgiving, that ain't nothing but a celebration of the death of Native Americans, taking their land, taking their foods, taking advantage of them. When the so-called white man came to America, he didn't know how to adapt. He didn't know how to survive on American soil. I mean, him and his people, they were struggling very hard. They were dying off by starvation. They didn't know how to adapt. They don't know what to do. But then later on, the Native Americans came along and showed these devils on how to survive, how to adapt, how to hunt, how to take a bath, because they were some stinking people when they arrived. When these devils arrived to the Americas, they stunk so bad. The Native Americans had to probably had to teach them how to bathe first before they could teach them anything else. These European colonizers, they were so filthy. They brought diseases that killed off a good number of Native Americans. That's how filthy and stank they were. That's part of their history. And they claim to be the superior race when they can't even take a bath. Get out of here. The Moors were the ones that taught them to bathe. Because at one time, Caucasians, they once thought that water carries diseases. But the Moors had to teach them that no, water can be used to bathe. Like wash your ass. That's pretty much what they told these devils. These devils, they didn't know any better. But now here in America, now we got these devils looking down on us when we were the ones that taught them. But now they looking down on us, blacks and Native Americans, as if we're nothing. But yet we were the ones that taught them everything. We were the ones that civilized these devils. I'm telling you, man, if any of you black folks and indigenous Americans, if y'all think that it's a good idea to protest and demand rights from the devil himself, you a damn fool. You gotta be an idiot. Y'all been protesting for how long? And y'all still got nothing out of this devil? Of course not. Because his intentions are to keep y'all down. He had his system set up by design to keep y'all at a low state. No matter what y'all do, no matter how many times you whine and complain, this devil ain't gonna do much for you. He ain't gonna do anything for you, really. So don't waste your breath. That's why our people need to come back to our God, so that and then do his commandments so that America can hurry up and be destroyed. See, if you had a spiritual mindset, if you think spiritually, on a spiritual level, the Most High is slowly and strategically stripping away the so-called white man's power day by day. His power is being taken day by day. I mean, he's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. But we have people in these political parties acting like they can bring back America. They can repair the damages done in America. No, they're not going to repair anything. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. They're going to lose everything soon. And there's nothing they can do about it. No matter how hard they try, they're going to lose. They're going to lose badly. So until you blacks and Aztec, so-called Latinos, until y'all get y'all act together and stop killing one another and realize who your real enemy is, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to get yourselves together. Come back to your Heavenly Father like y'all once was. do his commandments, and your day will go by smoother. Because there's nothing much you can do here in America. As long as you're here in America, you are pretty much in the so-called white man's territory. You're in his house because he governs this American system. So there's nothing you could do. You can march, you can protest, you can whine and complain, you can destroy stuff, destroy property. But what's that gonna do? They ain't gonna make him change his mind. I mean, he might give you a little something to calm you down, but after that, you know, he's gonna go right back to his old plots of keeping us down. What I would advocate is that, like, if you're a black person and I would advocate like abiding by the law, just to get by, just to get through your day. Just comply. Like if a cop pulled you over and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and if the cop starts acting funny like he wants to kill you, I would advocate shooting the cop right on the spot before he kills you. Basically, I advocate self-defense because you don't need no goddamn cop anyway. If a cop acts a fool, even though you did nothing wrong, just shoot him. Just shoot him before he kills you. If you know that you're being threatened or your life is being threatened by some crooked cop, shoot him right then and there. Get you a gun and keep that shit concealed, just in case this devil in the just in case this devil in the suit and the badge start acting a damn fool. Y'all saw what he did to George Floyd. You saw what they did to George Floyd. Just cold-blooded killed him, just like that. But no, some of y'all niggas want to tap dance for the white man. Talk about, oh, we're not violent, we're peaceful. We're doing a peaceful protest. We just want peace. Stop killing our people. Black Lives Matter. Peace, peace, peace. Listen, man, all that peace shit is not going to work. You stupid Negroes have a lot to learn. Y'all are not ready for no war. Y'all are not about anything dealing with war plan, dealing with a war strategy. Y'all have no war strategy. All y'all can think about is just destroying shit. Pretty stupid, I must say. Okay, so y'all are rioting right now. Y'all are acting out on emotions. I understand y'all are upset with George Floyd's death. But what do you expect to accomplish by destroying shit, by destroying property, things that you need on a daily basis? What is the point in that? Like, what do you expect to achieve out of that? Hoping that the white man will change his mind? Yeah, right. The only way you'll be able to change his mind is when you take over his system. When you start to become a real threat towards his system, if you attack him systematically, like I mean, that's when you become a real threat. I mean, if you black geniuses out there know how to take down the white man's system strategically, hey, let me know. I'm all for that. But if not, then forget about it. There's no other way to take them down. But there's nothing much our people can do here in America. But, I mean, the only thing you can do is maybe leave and move to another country. But you still have Caucasians, taking over in various countries too. So technically, you're not really getting away because the Oppenheimers, they're the ones that's occupying South Africa, living rich down there, and all that shit. I mean, it's a mess, man. This devil, he got to go, man. He has to be taken out of power. It is not his position to be in a high seat. He's not supposed to rule. His position was really meant to be at the bottom of society. That's where he really belongs. That was his original state. Because ever since other races came into power, the earth was still at its good quality. There were no pollution. There were no um, there were no sexual deviancy. Not much of there weren't like much sexual deviancy when blacks ruled, because our people, we knew better than to be a faggot. We had laws against homosexuality. We had laws against adultery at one time. We had laws against whoremongering, and we had laws against uh, malice towards your own people, like hatred and envy. We had laws that stood for unity amongst your people. That's what we need. We need to unify and work as a team again. If we wanted to, we can build another Black Wall Street all over again. See, what a lot of people don't know is that we had our own infrastructure in American history. Throughout American history, we had built our own infrastructure multiple times, multiple times. We had our own economic structure multiple times. We didn't need anybody for help. We built things on our own. We owned lands. We had inventors. We have many black inventors. But a lot of those black inventors had their inventions stolen from them by the white devil, the slave masters. They didn't build nothing, really. They just took ideas and claim it as theirs. But we had a lot of black inventors. Just recently, I mean not long ago, there was this black military man who had built a machine that's capable of creating water out of thin air. Come on now. Right now he's helping the poor. Come on now. But these Caucasoid devils, they want us to believe that we never built anything, we never done anything in history. We just laid around in the mud huts all day, swatting flies, spear chucking. That's what they want us to believe. They want us to believe that we are just a bunch of spear chucking, uh, you know, basemen, low level beings. That's what they want us to believe. See, that's what the enemy does. He wants you to believe that. But his ignorant ass don't know history. He don't know that we were the ones that taught him a lot of things. He don't know that. He don't know that we were the ones that taught him how to be civilized. And then after the Renaissance period, these devils, they practiced iconoclasm because we had a lot of artworks done that were painted in our image originally, but these devils, they practice iconoclasm to erase the black faces and turn them into white faces so that they can rewrite history into their image, because they don't have much of a history. They don't have nothing. There's nothing special about these people. I have books and sources. I have plenty of books and sources that goes into the history of the Moors, the black kings and rulers of Europe and Africa. There were even black dynasties in China. You know, a lot of people don't know these things because these devils, they have very, very, very deep hatred amongst our people. They hate us so much that they're willing to practice iconoclasm to erase our history and change it into them. I mean, if I had a son, I wouldn't even want my son to be in their schools. I don't want them to teach that bullshit history and have it programmed into my child's mind. I would teach my son real history of what his people have done. Haven't you noticed that in schools they be teaching white history, teaching history about them, like they always in the front line in history and shit. And we're always talked about as being slaves, but they never go into what we were before we were slaves. Because we weren't just slaves all the time. There were the so-called white men. We had the so-called white men as slaves. We had the African as slaves. We had the so-called white men as slaves. We had the other nations as slaves. We had also ruled over in Persia. There were rulers, black rulers over in those middle, like those Asian countries. Like over in the Middle East and over in like in Southern Asia and all that. But I like to touch on history a lot, so you know, to prove my point that these so-called white people are not what they claim to be. They claim to be the superior race and all that garbage. Ain't nothing superior about them and their history. All they did throughout history is lie, cheat, and steal. That's mainly what it is. That's it. They never did anything good. Nothing. I still can't think of one good thing that they've done. But I tell you what, if I ever come across a white supremacist standing in my way talking about some, what are you doing here? Show me your ID. You know, why are you in our neighborhood? If they start interrogating me like that, if they come at me like that with that bullshit, I'm just going to ignore them. But if they get in my space and try to get in my way, oh, hell, I would beat the fuck out of them, man. I would lay them the fuck out on the ground. You kidding me? I don't give a fuck about no recording on the cell phone. Fuck all that. They gotta learn to leave people alone. If I'm doing my business, if I'm handling my business, doing what I'm supposed to do, and they get in my way talking about some, what am I doing here? Man, Trying to get in my way too? Man, you gonna get laid the fuck out. Don't give a damn about your white privilege. Your white privilege ain't gonna work on me. Shit, I'm just right now. I'm just itching to lay out I'm just itching to lay out a cave beast right now. I'm just waiting for shit to happen, man. Shit, let a Caucasian try me, please, so I can lay him the fuck out. I'd probably kill him with one hit. I practice on striking power. I shadow box. I practice on striking power. I try to practice on, punching as hard as I can. I try to practice on like striking as hard as I can, to the point where I can crack a skull. Cuz that's what I feel like right now. Let a devil try me. I don't care if it's a female. I don't give a fuck. If a female try to put her hands on me, I'ma lay her the fuck out too. If she get in my space, I'ma lay her the fuck out too. You don't invade my space and try and dictate me. I ain't your fucking slave. Who the fuck you think you are? You better go on somewhere. I'm gonna get your neck snapped. Shit. A lot of these Negroes, man, they need to toughen up, man, because these devils, they think that they can run up on anybody and try them, talking about some, what are you doing here? Blocking people's cars and shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, they're trying to keep you from going anywhere, trying to hold you up for citizen's arrest. Like, man, shit. Let a devil try to hold me up for citizens arrest, man. Man, it's on. That's why I'm trying to see if I can get a gun so I can fight back, because a lot of these devils, man, they're a bunch of pussies. They don't mind carrying guns and shooting people, mainly us, black people. But they don't have a problem with that. They love doing that shit. That's why you gotta be prepared. You gotta be strapped too. You gotta engage in war whenever they start to attack you, verbally and physically. But ain't nothing special about these devils, man. I'm gonna end it right here, man. I think I said enough, man. Oh, and I also can't stand coons, man. You coons that stick up for these devils, talking about some not all white people are bad. You're gonna die with them too. I hate you coons more than the white man. Y'all are worse. Shit, my brother, he's a coon. He has to go too. I don't even talk to his ass. I don't like soft ass niggas that talk about forgiving and saying, giving white people the benefit of the doubt. Man, fuck that, man. Fuck that. Fuck that. I mean, all you gotta do is look back in history and see the devil for who he truly is, and see the things that he have done, even if we were to try and peacefully protest, to have equal civil so-called equal civil rights with everybody, and we still get killed. We still face terrorism, and that's all I need to know right there. And it's still going on to this day, and you dumb Negroes still don't get it. Y'all still trying to hold hands with them. That's why a lot of you Negroes got to be killed, man, for joining with these your enemy. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even bat an eye if you were to end up hung from a tree. Shit, just recently 5 Negroes got hung. Probably messing with them white folks. I don't know. But a lot of you niggas, man, y'all got a lot to learn. Y'all still ain't learned from history, and y'all ain't trying to learn. Y'all trying to change up everything. That's why the vast majority of y'all gotta go, man. I'm speaking out for blacks and Latinos who are awake and are aware of the human nature, that are aware that race does matter, that imaging and appearance does matter. It's very important. It's a psychological. It has a psychological importance to it. When you have a picture of a black Jesus, that well, first of all, Jesus was black anyway, but I shouldn't say black Jesus as if he's not the actual Jesus. But when you have a picture of Jesus who was depicted as a black man, that should let you know that you have a people who were the greatest people on earth. And for the white man to try and change his image into their image, that's their way of trying to exalt their white supremacy. See, they back then they knew that the greatest man on earth was a black man, but they went and changed his image to a white man, to a damn blue-eyed, blonde-haired, recessive devil. And that is what I'm talking about when I say that imaging and appearance is very important. It's a psychological warfare that the so-called white man like to uh, fight on as well. So it's not always on a physical level, but it's also on a psychological level too. And we got to be prepared for that also. We have to destroy all the lies and bullshit that are shouted out by the Caucasoid race. We have to destroy all the lies that's been fed to us. We have to be careful with the information that we receive. But I'm going to go ahead and leave. I think I said enough. So, with that being said, shalom and peace out.